Okay guys, now so I just removed the engine cover on the top. I removed the engine tray as well. Remove the fuel filter slightly away, but like you can see, the alternator, that's the pulley on the alternator. So what is the problem? It needs to be taken off from somewhere, need to be taken off from there. So I think it needs to come out from here and that way. To be able to do that, I have to remove so many things. I don't want to remove the radiators from the front to make me room here work with that. So I'm decided to take away from here, to take off. So if that possible, I have to move away that pipe here, which is for the cooling system and engine mount. I have to disconnect the engine mount from there, which is here under all them hoses and sensor and brackets and everything. So now I disconnect all them bolts here for the bracket. I'll move it slightly away like that. The cooling tank, moving carefully away. Remove the bolt from here and engine mount bracket here and there, and that one here. Now I have to just lift it up and move the bracket away. Carefully turn it on one of the sides, find a easier way to get off. And now we have the engine mount off. Jack up the engine a little bit more to give me more room here, make it possible take off the alternator from here. That pipe here needs to be disconnected from that bolt and probably on the back, which we can see it's over there, hoping that will move and give us a chance to take off the alternator. Once the alternator is off, we can replace the pulley. This is the bolt number 1 on the alternator, not that one, that one there, number 1, top one, number 2 over there on the bottom. Them to hold the alternator attached to the engine. So before to take them both off, we have to disconnect the alternator from here on the back. We have to disconnect the alternator. Don't forget to disconnect the alternator here, the cable, the plug over there. Okay guys, now we have to disconnect the battery as well, because one of them cables over there on the alternator is going to the battery, which is on live and here on the plus. Okay guys, now I decide to give it a try to remove the pulley without to remove alternator from the engine. So I have my special tool here, it's for locking there the pulley. I'll put in description below all specifications and information about everything what I'm using. If everything is right, you must be able to do it easy. Okay, here we go. The pulley is coming out. you can see it. That's what we need to do, is to replace this pulley, right? Okay guys, now we have to see and check which number we have on the pulley, because it's important to know to pair with the new one. So we have this number here. I have two different numbers, two different options. So by this number I'll be able to match the new one. Let me check the other one, which is, I hope is without. 55347055. So obviously it's so obvious that one here is it's a new one, but basically you can easily see that is a smaller than this. The new one, this type, is smaller than the original one, so we basically need this one. Let me remove the cap there. So now you can see what I'm talking about is that number, which need to be same with the new one. Yeah, F dash 553470.07, F dash 553470.07, Germany. So that's what we're looking for. That's the new one. Now we're going to install that without remove the alternator. The new one, the same number, going there. Tighten up as much as you can by hand. And now it's time to use the tool again. So locking tool there, but it's important everything to be done properly. So now what I'm doing, I'm getting my torque wrench. I already checked the torque specification, and it say need to be tied up between 85 Newton meters to 100.08 Newton meters. Okay guys, I just set up my torque wrench on 100 Newton meters. Like I said, I already checked the specifications, and it said it need to be tied up between 95 and 100.08 Newton meters. So I already set up my own 100 Newton meters, and it's time for torque up. 70mm spanner, hold it there. Another end is by the torque wrench there, and tighten up until you hear the click on torque wrench. Okay guys, I replaced the alternator pulley, so now it's time to put everything back and give it a try if the problem being solved or not. So now 60mm socket, put on a tensioner pulley to get the belt back. You need to pull the ratchet to clockwise, like that. You can see the pulley moving down there. have to do the as much as you can to give you a chance, a possibility to put back the belt there easily and safe. Now it's time to put back the engine mount. $15mm hip socket is alright for me. Fitting first the mount to the body and after that the mount to the engine, because like that you can be sure that you have the mounting bracket sitting properly on the body. This here is 18mm socket, bolts to the engine need to be tied up by 18mm socket. I already fit the engine mount bracket back there, tied it up to the engine, then 2 bolts, or then bolts for the bracket on the body are tied. So now I put back the cooling tank back there, but I prefer do not tie anything else, just to put it back, make sure everything sitting on its place. Let's have a look what we've done. Let's try first if the problem is solved or no. Okay guys, let's try if the problem is solved or no. Turn the engine on. Hold a minute to see if the light will come back or not. There we go. The light is back. So unfortunately the problem was not solved. So now we need to replace the alternator. As you can see, I disconnect them cables on the back. Alternator back, and now pull away from here, pull out from there, and there we go, it's here. It's a big fight to get there. So now this is the pulley which we just replaced, and unfortunately it didn't solve the problem. So now we have a look in alternator. On the back side is alternator regulator. It's attached to the back on the alternator. Now we have to remove them screws here and there, dismantle everything and see what's wrong with it. On the end we'll replace the alternator regulator. Okay guys, I just removed the plastic cover on the back. Only then three screws holding it there. Now this here is the brush, so obviously to me it's very worn there, and now I have to remove the brush from here by this bolt. That's the regulator. I'll take it off to see if the brush is just finished or there's something else wrong with it. Okay guys, I just removed the brushes there, and now I find what is the problem with. Let me show you. Them 2 brushes here need to be on the same level, worn. So as you can see, that one is still not very much worn, but this one here is a lot worn and it looks so bad. So that's the problem, because the bottom one is very worn, and is worn because the rotor on the alternator is very bad, it's damaged very well. Let me show you. Hoping you can see what I'm talking about. One brush is not that bad. It's bad, but it's you know what I mean. So the bottom end is very bad. It's fully damaged. It's gone. So that's the problem, because one of them brushes can contact the alternator rotor. That's the problem. So now we have to replace the alternator or only the rotor because of this damage there. Okay guys, so now it's time for putting back the alternator. I found a spare one, which obviously is not brand new because I couldn't find any brand new around me to fetch it today, so I decided to find a second-hand one. I just checked the brushes and everything there, it's look alright for the moment, so I replaced the pulley on the front as well to be solid as much as it possible. So okay guys, so I just put everything back now there. So yeah, alternator being installed there, replaced with another one. Put the fuel filter back where it should be. The cooling system tank, put it back, everything tied up perfectly fine. Engine tray, put it under the knee. Now let's try see what's the result. The light is gone. So yeah, that's the result what we're looking for. Thank you for watching me, my channel. Thank you for your support, I really appreciate it. See you next time.